Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have not checked in on Fiatleak in a while, and I decided that I would look at Fiatleak. For those of you that don't know what this is, you can go to fiatleak.com if you want to check this out. Now, what this is it's like a pricing website. It shows you the price, like here, and then it shows you the volume flows, the buying and the selling going on across the world. And you'll notice here that most of the, I'm assuming, selling, since we're down at 19 cents, is from the United States. There's not a whole lot of volume coming from over this way in Asia and whatnot, and there's barely any coming out of Europe. Now, anytime the price gets hit like this, people start asking me what my XRP price predictions are for 2019 or whatever. And I don't give price predictions because the truth is none of us know in the short to mid run where the prices are going to go. I don't care who it is or how expert that they think they are. Nobody really knows about that. What I talk about on my channel is what I believe is going to happen, what the bigger picture is for all of us. Now, could that happen fast? Yes. Could it happen medium fast? Yes. Could it happen long term? Yes. But when I say long term, I mean a horizon of not more than 5 years. In fact, if you remember I believe it was during the crisis, not crisis, but during the run up in 2017, it was Brad Garlinghouse who made a statement that he doesn't see the success of Ripple tied to what an XRP price looks like in just a few weeks or month or whatever. He's looking at more of a timeline of 5 years. And that was about 2 years ago, I think, two or so years ago. And that's an actual quote you can look up. But this Fiatleak, anytime that you want to look, especially when the market gets hopping, but if you want to go and look at something interesting, go and check this out, fiatleak.com. Next, I wanted to show you this. This is the MoneyGram. I think I skipped forward one. Let me look back. Okay, right here. This is today, Julia Chatterley had the MoneyGram CEO on her channel. She's already posted part 1 of the interview, and then there's going to be a part 2 of the interview as well. You can go to her thing. It's J Chatterley CNN to check that out. Here are some cool screenshots that this Crypto Chris had put up. Nice interview. This is the CEO, and they've put a bunch of really interesting screenshots here that are worthy of taking a look at from the interview. And then I wanted to show you the MoneyGram stock. The MoneyGram stock, this is the last year of MoneyGram stock. After they partnered with Ripple, there was a run up, and it went up to about $6.11. And it has since come down to as low as, it looks like, $2.14. Today, it's about $2.46. It's up about 0.41%. But if you want an opportunity, you want to talk about looking at an opportunity, this stock in the last 5 years has been as high as $17.81, and now we're down at $2 and something. And they've already, like they said at Swell, they're opening new corridors going forward for XRP. And so from a competitive standpoint, this MoneyGram stock could be quite the opportunity. I'm looking at it myself. I have not bought any yet. Let me go forward here. Okay. Saw some great tweets today. Rhythm Trader. Well, and this is because the market's down like it is today. Rhythm Trader. Well, Bitcoin has stabilized at almost exactly $7,000 a coin. I'm tired of waiting for a jump, so I'm taking the loss and getting my cash back. Now, Rhythm Trader's being sarcastic. He's retweeting an old tweet from July 15th of 2011. Where this guy says, well, Bitcoin has stabilized at almost exactly $14 a coin. I'm tired of waiting for a jump, so I'm taking the loss and getting my cash back. Don't be Thomas Randolph, folks. And I believe Jungle Inc. says, don't be Billy. He's got a friend that has a similar story. And he's got a phrase where he says, don't be a Billy. Don't be like Billy. And then XRP Platypus. sent me this. This is from Fidelity Digital Assets. Now, when you're looking at the market and you get all upset about the prices today, these are the type of things you need to look at, because these are the things that are really important, not what today's prices are. Fidelity Digital Assets announcing Fidelity Digital Assets Ltd. for access to our services in Europe. So now Fidelity Digital Assets is going worldwide. It's not just the United States anymore. They know that this is a new asset class that is going to change the world. And so now they're going to go sell it in Europe too. And that's because they are smart and know what's going on. Got this from X-Men XRP at XRP 33, and this is the Fidelity Investments press release. Fidelity Investments, one of the world's most diversified financial services firms, today announced that it is establishing a new entity to serve European institutions investing in digital assets. See, they're not running anywhere, folks. They're coming into this space. This is not the time to get depressed. This is the time to be excited and be patient. More importantly, because these institutions do not move fast, and that's the reason that you're having to experience some of these down days, and it looks really scary. But it's not if you understand the big picture. And then Donald Trump tweeted this out. Would be so great if the Fed would further lower interest rates and quantitative easing. The dollar is very strong against other currencies, and there is almost no inflation. This is the time to do it. Exports would zoom. Well, Donald Trump's doing what any politician does in an election year. He's thinking about the short term of trying to boom the stock market so that he can get reelected. This is not unique to just conservatives, and it's not unique to liberals. All politicians do this in their election year. This is what has set up not just the United States, but the world for disaster, financial disaster. But politicians have to do what they have to do in their election year. And that's what that is. Chinu Patel at Chinu Patel 29. This is from Stephen Bull from the D-Up. Be mindful that MUFG loves Ripple. MUFG explaining how Ripple's solution helps them reduce operating costs between their 50 branches around the world. This is an interesting video to go watch. Go watch it when you have a chance. And then X-Men also sent me this, who, by the way, he's the official superhero of the Digital Asset Investor channel. He sent me this. Now, this is an article about Fiatleak. Ripple-backed startup reveals plan to unburden XRP and crypto from regulators across the EU. And what it's talking about is Fiatleak is expressing a concern about all the regulations hindering things. And so his idea is, it says, Win solution is to create a crypto regulatory compliance company to handle all of those tasks for current crypto ventures, large and small. He says he's already gathered a small team of innovators, developers, and consultants, and that the venture will focus on providing services for EU regulations first. The idea, he explains, is for crypto platforms and apps to forward their end users to his new business. Once onboarded, the customer will be redirected back to the crypto platform app with a token granting the crypto platform app to use our API to pre-authorize the transactions, check the customer account status, customer limits, etc. AML. Risk profile questions will even be interaction between the company and the customer. So that's just smart thinking on his part. Ripple and everybody involved is so forward thinking, and they're working with regulators. And this is why it's so exciting to be a part of the right digital asset related company in the space, Ripple, and then the Spring Initiative, which also that's what funds Fiatleak. Also, this from Kava Labs. You asked, here it's here. Kava staking is now live on Binance.com. Today, Binance launched Kava staking to its millions of users. This marks the first of many DeFi services between Kava and Binance. And again, Kava is Ripple is an investor in Kava. So you see how this all works? Just to round this out, Ripple is invested in Kava. Ripple through Spring is invested in Kava. Binance US just hired as CEO Catherine, what's her name? Catherine Wiley to head up Binance.us, and she used to work at Ripple. So see how this all works? Then from Rhythm Trader, you all need to go and watch this if you want to understand where you are, where you sit today. The audience going absolutely crazy in 1999 when Steve Jobs browses the web on a laptop using only Wi-Fi. It's amazing how quickly tech becomes normalized. And if you go and watch this, you will realize that the way technology, something that is foreign to everyone today, in the snap of your fingers, can all of a sudden be the next big thing. And that's what's going to happen with digital assets. You just sit back, and if you don't have the stomach for all this, hodl what you have, put it safely away, and get away for a while. But if you can stomach it and you want to be aggressive on these down days, do what the digital asset investor is doing, and that is buy the dips, especially on days like today. Chinu Patel at Chinu Patel 29. He keeps popping up because he's putting out great information. This is from Frank Chaparro, State Street, who, remember, State Street manages trillions of dollars and also custodies trillions of dollars. State Street ties up with Gemini Trust to examine reporting process of Bitcoin and Ether. Now, I wonder why a huge, massive company from traditional finance like State Street would be doing that. And that is because they are coming. That's why they would do it. And then this from Tejo Benedict, or Benedict XRP. Ripple customer D-Local expands emerging markets payments platform in Africa, adding Nigeria and South Africa. That's as much as I'm going to touch on that. And then I wanted to show you this. This is from Masato. Let me see if I don't follow Masato, but I do now. ODL exchange Bitstamp, 98% is legal currency, has risen to third place on XRP charts. Bitstamp's XRP USD pair volume is higher than Binance's XRP BTC pair. The change in money flow is likely to progress further due to increased use of ODL and the sluggish market. And finally, on a day like today in the markets, I want to give you some advice from a stock investor, one of the most famous stock investors. This is Peter Lynch. The key to making money in stocks is not to get scared out of them. So you remember that today about XRP. XRP is not a stock, but XRP is an investment that you did your research on. You watched videos, you read things, you paid close attention, and you decided to invest in XRP. And so it's the same philosophy here in any investment. Don't get scared out of something that you believed in because you did your research and you did your reading and you listened to the videos and you listened to all the things. You came to a decision. What you do is you stick with your gut, because your gut is almost like a sixth sense, in my opinion. Excuse me. Okay, everybody. In the description of every video I do, you need to go get your loved ones to get them a membership to the Patreon group I'm doing with Mr. B and Brad Combs. It's in the description of all the videos. I think we're somewhere close. In my last video, we were somewhere in about 75 people away from. Now we've got around 65 or so spots left at the $3.99 a month. Okay. And then after we get the 500th member, then it's going to be $4.99 a month. And just so you know, the response has been unbelievable. And so we've added on, it's roughly 435 or so people already in just a week. Okay. And part of the reason that people are flocking to it is because we've got a group of positive people with good attitudes. We've got people that are interested in talking about Ripple, XRP, and other digital assets, and interested in getting exclusive live streams. Like we're gonna have the official language snob from the Digital Asset Investor channel this week on Thursday at 7 p.m. He's coming on. He's going to talk about how he invested $50,000 in 2013 into digital assets and what happened. He's going to tell his story. We're also going to have executives and CEOs from the digital asset space. We've already got at least 2 CEOs that I know of lined up to come and do live streams in our group. And you can have access if you join the group. So, when you get a chance, go check it out. You can find it in the description of every video I do. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family. We've got somewhere between 50 and 65 spots left at the $3.99 until we hit 500. And this is by far the most successful Patreon group that I have seen in digital assets already if we stopped now, but there's no stopping this train. Thank you for listening.